And you can see right here, there's a $20,000 credit limit for the SECU business credit card, the revolving business line of credit, $50,000. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as smash the like button. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing some firsthand data points on a recent application where I was able to get a total of $70,000 in the form of a business line of credit as well as a business credit card. So in today's video, we're going to be going over SECU of Maryland, and I'm going to be sharing some details. But before we dive into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know if anyone is interested in joining SECU of Maryland, I can refer you. So right now they do have a promotion. If you do open up an account, you can get up to $50 when you join until September 30th, 2022. Now, if anyone is interested in joining, I've dropped a link in the description of the video. Now, for those who aren't aware, SECU stands for State Employees Credit Union, and there's several different SECUs around the country. You have Washington State Employees Credit Union, you have PSECU, which is really popular out on YouTube, as well as SECU of Maryland. There's also a SECU in North Carolina. So collectively, SECU is one of the largest credit unions, but in today's video, we're going to be specifically talking about SECU of Maryland, which in my opinion, I think it's better than even PSECU. You guys let me know what you think, but I'm going to be sharing some firsthand data points. So recently I was able to go through the business application process, which is a little bit different than on the personal side. So on the personal side, they do pull Equifax and they do require POI, which is called proof of income. However, on the business side, it's a little bit different. So on the business side, they're not actually pulling your credit. So SECU uses a third-party company. So the name of the third-party company is called Factual Data. So Factual Data does a lot of third-party data verification. When you look at your credit report, if you apply for SECU business credit card, line of credit, or vehicle loan, it's not actually going to show SECU on your credit report. Now, I've dropped a link if anyone wants to check out Factual Data, but basically they're just a third-party verification service. They work with a lot of mortgage lenders as well as financial institutions to collect a lot of different data and verify a lot of information that you might put on a credit application. However, on the business side, because they're using a third party, Factual Data is actually pulling your TransUnion credit report, which was actually a surprise to me because I was expecting an Equifax credit pull now for $20,000, but also a business line of credit for $50,000. Now, here's a look at the SECU Business Cashback Visa. There are two separate applications. However, there's just one hard inquiry. So you could do the same thing double dipping. So for those who don't know what double dipping is when you can get multiple credit products with just one credit inquiry. So just like on the personal side where you can get multiple credit products, so a credit card, line of credit, loan, or even an auto loan with just one inquiry, you could do the same thing on the business side. So even if you decide to apply for a business line of credit, business credit card, vehicle loan, commercial real estate loan, it's just going to be one hard inquiry. So you can get multiple products on the business side, just as you can on the personal side. But the only difference is that they're going to be pulling TransUnion through a third party called Factual Data. All right, so I just wanted to log in to show you guys the two different logins. These are actual receipts of approvals I was able to get. So this is not cap at all. And you can see right here, there's a $20,000 credit limit for the SECU business credit card. Now, there are two different logins. As I mentioned, I don't know the reason why, but they just decided to have two separate logins. So for the business credit card, you're going to enroll in what's called Easy Card Info. Now, there's a handful of different credit card issuers that utilize Easy Card Info. On the SECU personal side, all the accounts are in one login. So you can see your personal credit card, line of credit, all within the same login. But for whatever reason, they decided to split it up on the business side. I don't know why. So again, when we're looking at some of the account details, this is a $50,000 available balance. Now, the interest rate right here is 8%. And some of you who may have watched the recent video we did on Truist, the interest rate that I have right there is a variable at about 9.19. So CQ actually has a lower interest rate. And that's one thing you might find at credit unions versus some of the bigger banks. The credit unions are generally going to have lower interest rates. Now, let's say you want to transfer or pull money off the line of credit. The process is very straightforward. So you have from account and then you have to account. Now, the from account is where the money is coming from. So you're going to choose the line of credit, and the to account. So this could be to your business checking account or your business savings account. So right here, I have the revolving line of credit with an available $50,000 credit limit. Right here, I have the business checking account, and then you're just going to enter in the amount that you want to transfer. So let's say I want to transfer the entire $50,000. You just put the amount up to the available credit limit. Now, right here, here, you're going to select the date that you want to transfer. And they also give you the option of choosing a frequency. And then once you're ready, you just hit this submit transfer and it'll transfer the money from the line of credit to your checking or saves account, whichever to account that you selected. This is for the line of credit. Now, I was able to get a line of credit for $50,000, and this does have a 2-year term. You know, every 2 years you get reassessed. Basically, they just want to make sure that you still meet the underwriting criteria. Now, as you can see, a $50 credit report fee, again, because they're using a third party to pull your credit and do other verification. So that's why you have a $50 credit report fee. You also have a $295 origination fee, as well as a $250 loan documentation fee. So a total of $595 in fees to get this $50,000 business line of credit. Now, in terms of the application process, as I mentioned, it took about 2 weeks in order to complete the entire application, from application submission, documentation, and then getting approval, and then ultimately closing on the loan. So I would say about 2 business weeks if you're looking at a time frame. Now, in terms of the documentation I had to provide, so as I mentioned, I submitted applications for both a business credit card as well as a business line of credit. So these are 2 separate applications, but there's only one hard inquiry, and they did use a third party called Factual Data, which in fact pulled TransUnion. So that's one of the caveats you have to keep in mind. Now, in terms of other documentation, I did have to submit 2 years of business and personal tax returns. So if you're looking to apply for the business line of credit, you're going to have to provide 2 years of business and personal tax returns. Now, the business credit card does not require 2 years of personal and business tax returns. That's just going to be for the business line of credit. So you can still potentially apply for a business credit card without having to provide 2 years of business and personal tax returns. However, you still have to be at least 2 years in business in order to apply for the business credit card. Now, overall, it was a pretty easy process. Now, this isn't something that you're going to be able to apply for online. You do have to apply through one of the branch representatives or one of the business lending specialists. So again, this isn't an instant decision type of credit product. You will have to speak with the representative, and I probably spoke maybe 3 or 4 times altogether, you know, submitting documentation, you know, just coordinating with the business lending specialist. You know, overall, you know, a total of $70,000 with just one inquiry. And I did have to provide additional documentation, but they did not ask for bank statements. I'm not sure to what extent having a business relationship already and even having a personal relationship established for several years, how that came into effect when it comes to submitting documentation. But it seems like the tax returns were enough information for them to actually make a lending decision. Anyways, that's all I wanted to share in today's video. Let me know your comments and questions in the comment section down below. And until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.